Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome on board. The temperature outside is 9 degrees around, so welcome. I'm going to present La Maison du Lac de Grand-Lieu, the Grand-Lieu Lake Center. My conference, my talk, will be on environmental education and public awareness and scientific mediation at local, national, and international scale. A very ambitious program, of course. Firstly, I start my talk to present the center. So, the center was created in 2007, and the project started from Loire-Atlantique Department and Conservatoire du Littoral, the French Coastal Protection Agency. The major goals were transmit knowledge on natural areas and wetlands based on Grand-Lieu Lake example. To promote also environmental educations for all publics, and general publics, of course, and to create a scientific and recreation center in the territory. So you can see that in previous talk, but Loire-Atlantique is here in red, the department. So, next one. The Grand-Lieu Lake Center, exploring the Grand-Lieu Lake Center takes place in 3 stages. The exhibition center, where we are right now, and then there is a pass, about 1 kilometer long pass, and then there is the pavilion. In the exhibition center, there are the permanent and temporary exhibitions and educational garden on the right for you, on my left here, and a documentary center close to the reception, maybe if you saw that. The permanent exhibition is dedicated to the lake of Grand-Lieu, of course. The pass is an educational and sensory way of learning more about the landscapes, habitats, and species. The visit ends at the pavilion, the most wonderful place, the Grand-Lieu Lake, a fantasy world of the lake of Grand-Lieu. About legends, something like this. You will see tomorrow. So now I present the environmental education actions. Actions for 4 to 17 years old children. Visits of pupils from September 2015 to July 2016. We hosted or received 105 school groups and 2,629 pupils. Where they are come from and what is the level of the pupils? The most important part of the audience is 6 to 8 years old and 9 to 11 years old, primary school, essentially. And where they come from, this is local school, primary school, of course, from Bois here, and cities around the lake, excluding Bois, is the orange part. And in the grey part, it represents the department of Loire-Atlantique, excluding cities around the lake. And you have a smaller part from the region Pays de la Loire, excluding the department here. So what we are doing here, a lot of very interesting things, of course. This is an example of one activity, the lake monsters for 6-8 years old. When I said lake monster, I don't talk about kids, of course. I talk about the discovery of a biologist, Jean Rostand, who found polydactyl frogs. It's frogs with additionally toes. Do you understand that? Maybe you know that. We have this temporary exhibition, and for kids, we elaborate some attractive discover of the environment through this thematic. What can I say? Just sorry, I forgot some. The children conduct investigation to find monsters through the woods, into the woods, and put themselves in the shoes of the famous biologist. Another activity, the musical walks, to discover nature, environment through music. For kids also. For high school, about environmental and university education. So more than 16 years old, not children, young adults, of course. In 2016, we hosted 178 students from bachelor's and master's degree in different waves, in different thematics and research thema, like ecology and environment, conservation and natural area management, water resource management, sustainable development, and enhancement of cultural heritage too. So different audiences, but really interesting for me to raise their awareness on wetlands. What we can do at the international scale for the young public, of course. This year we plan to exchange with another educational center from Quebec, Canada, the Biofar Center on the Saint-Pierre Lake, close to the Saint Laurent, if you know it. We plan to realize the digital exhibition comparing both lakes between Canada and France, between Grand-Lieu and Saint-Pierre Lake. For secondary schools, of course, so 13 to 14 years old. Yes, I forgot to say that the Lake Saint-Pierre is a Ramsar site and biosphere reserve. Now I'm going to present the public awareness and ecotourism here. In 2015, we received 13,172 visitors, and in 2016, the visitors increased about 11%. We received 9,271 visits, individual visits, and 2,900 group visits, and you know the number for the school group visits. Where they come from? As you can see, mostly from the department of Loire-Atlantique, mostly local public, of course, but 20%. It's great for this is the second year that the center is open. 20% from the national, Marseille, Strasbourg, cities from the south and the north and the eastern France, of course. And a little part from international public, and mostly Britannic, yes. Some Germans, too. And Netherlands, maybe. Or New Zealand. Yes, Poland, yeah. Ooh. And Poland. Thank you, Dorota, to help me. That's it. Then we have also audio guides that are available in English, German, and Spanish Thanks to Mariana. Thank you, Mariana, our Argentinian colleague. Like said Chris, how to be attractive. We found one option to be attractive for the great public, for the general public, sorry. We mixed wine and water, wine and fresh water. The evenings by the lake, les soirées du lac. Between April and August, great success here. A really successful activity, yes, of course, where you can taste wine from different winemakers around the lake. And of course, observe birds if you want. And that's it. Other events for public awareness and ecotourism. Special events during summer, especially the highest activity of the center. The thematic is generally always on nature and arts to resume. You can make observation of birds, also listen jazz concerts to the pavilion, close to the pavilion, realize beautiful watercolors to see the beautiful light during winter or summer close to the lake, at the morning or at the evening, of course. Another special event realized in collaboration with the Nature Reserve or other associations is le jour de la nuit, the day of the night. To raise people awareness about the dark corridors, the dark ecological corridors for night prey birds, for instance. So for the young, for the kids, we realized also workshops for 4 to 6 years old children to discover also nature in a playful and artistic manner. As you can see, they realized shelter for hedgehogs, or realized the little hedgehogs. Yes, it's hedgehogs. The first picture is a hedgehog. Yes, of course. Children are 4 to 6. And you can also simulate bird migration. Parents and children simulate birds migration in the garden. So really a nice activity, also very funny. Another one activity is to realize or use decoy duck to mimic bird's call. And another activity is to paint nature with your fingers. Really nice. You must try it, really. For family, so parents and children from 6 years old, we proposed family workshops. Here, with Morgan, you can realize the duck decoy, or in musical instrument. And here, this is a falconer, the second picture, that presents the behavior of a bird prey. Prey birds. Bella. Yes, thank you, Chris. Do not hesitate to correct me. So, and the last part of my talk about the scientific and cultural mediation in the center. So, I present the permanent exhibitions that you can see tomorrow, if you are here tomorrow. If not, you can go back to the center. Of course, we will. It will be a pleasure to host you, of course. The permanent exhibition of Grand-Lieu Lake is about the ecology geography and history of the lake. About temporary exhibitions, now you can say one about French lakes all around of you, picture exhibition. Before there was the Monstres du Lac, Lake of Monsters exhibition on Jean Rostand discovery and frogs. The next exhibition during summer this year, it's about the Grand-Lieu years. During the 20th century, stories of lives in Grand-Lieu. The form of this exhibition will be a comic. Very nice, you know, bande dessinée. We also realized temporary exhibitions in collaborations with international collaborations thanks to Hungarian colleagues. Where are they? Here! Joseph and Brigitta. Thank you very much to be there. Thanks to this collaboration, we realized a photo exhibition here on both lakes, Kirch-Balaton and Grand-Lieu. Really similar lakes for a lot of aspects. Other temporary exhibitions. So I just talked about the exhibition from the Conservatoire du Littoral, and another one during summer on damselflies and dragonflies, my specialty. I like very much about the life cycle, the behavior, and as they live underwater or they are flying insects also at adult stage. It's really interesting model to be for awareness to wetlands, for wetlands awareness. Sorry. Oh, sorry, I forget it. The exhibition was realized by the Museum of Nantes. We also realized conferences for the popularizations of science. One conference by month on a specific topic between November and May. The next one will be in the 22nd of February. So do not hesitate to go here and learn about GIS, use of satellites for the monitoring of wetlands. So that's it. The next one. And now about the international events, of course, you are there, the European Congress, not a little challenge, of course, my challenge, because I arrived here last April. Don't remember that, of course, to be indulgent with me. The European Congress on lowland lakes here, and of course, a lot of events and activities around the World Wetlands Day. To conclude, what are the perspectives here? What we can do after 2 years? Maybe a lot of things, of course. We develop hosting summer camps activity during this summer. We want, with all the team of the Maison du Lac, to enhance the garden, to make it more attractive for children also. And we develop professional training. We received professionals from urban green areas here to raise their awareness about the use of pesticides. And of course to pursuit of national and international projects. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Audrey. Really interesting to see the kind of range of things that you're doing to attract a very wide audience. So that looks great stuff. Questions then. We have a quick 5 minutes for any questions on some of the awareness-raising activities or educational activities that the centre is doing. Anyone?
Je voulais avoir quelques précisions sur le nerf de la guerre, à savoir comment ça fonctionne, notamment en matière d'investissement et de financement, type fonctionnement.
Sorry for European people, I will speak in French now. It will be a better translation than me. Thank you. Donc, la Maison du Lac, c'est une société publique locale. Donc, elle a été créée à l'initiative du département Loire-Atlantique et du Conservatoire du Littoral. Elle a été financée en grande partie par des fonds du département, régionaux, nationaux via le Conservatoire du Littoral et européens. Donc, nous sommes une délégation de services publics. Donc, mais nous restons une entreprise privée, d'où la difficulté pour nous à trouver des financements pour tous vous faire venir ici aujourd'hui. Et donc, nous sommes gérés par Loire-Atlantique Développement, qui regroupe plusieurs services dédiés à l'aide et au conseil des collectivités. Voilà. Donc, mais je peux continuer à parler, hein, c'est bon. Sauf si Olivier Hubert, le directeur, dit que je dis des bêtises, mais... Donc, point de vue financement, on reçoit des subventions du département qui sont financées, qui viennent à Loire-Atlantique Développement, qui nous gèrent pour tout ce qui est salariés, que je dise pas de bêtises. Mais par contre, pour le fonctionnement, c'est les entrées que nous faisons ici. Évidemment, l'objectif étant pas de faire beaucoup d'argent, de rendre accessible le centre, on doit arriver à zéro, quoi. On n'est pas en perte et on n'est pas en gros bénéfice. Mais par contre, les chiffres, ça c'est Olivier qui va vous les donner, par rapport en termes d'augmentation budgétaire, enfin ce qu'on a pu gagner, puisque on a attiré plus de monde en un an. Que je ne dise pas de bêtises, tu veux reprendre la suite?
Voilà, c'est bon. Oui, c'est ça. Donc, en termes de fonctionnement, nous avons une subvention d'équilibre qui nous est versée par le département de Loire-Atlantique. Et pour le reste de nos missions, alors cette subvention, elle est de 550 000 € par an pour le fonctionnement. Nous reversons, nous avons du coup... une redevance pour l'utilisation des locaux. Donc nous reversons sur ces 550 000, 100 000 € au département de location, on va dire. Donc la balance c'est 450 000, voilà pour le département. L'apport en termes de financement et le reste, nous devons du coup le trouver via les entrées par les visiteurs individuels. Aussi le développement d'autres activités comme éventuellement la location de cette salle. Donc nous devons aussi, pour pouvoir faire de multiples actions, comme organiser ce colloque, nous développer même dans l'équipe, pouvoir aller chercher aussi d'autres financements que ceux qui nous sont attribués par le département. Voilà. Je pense qu'on a répondu à la question.
Great, thank you. But it's always a fine balance to strike when you're charging people to come in. You don't want it to be a barrier to local people to come to your centre, but at the same time, you have salaries and other costs to cover. Any other questions for our hosts? Nope. Okay, fine.